Running intervals can sound quite daunting. Run as hard as you can for a minute, then stop, then go again. Yuck. Although there is more to it than that. In today's video, I'm going to be going through how to master the art of intervals, how fast you should be going, how long you should recover for, how it should feel, how many sets and repetitions you should be doing, and how often you should be interval training. I'm going to be on a treadmill using Zwift for today's workout because it's easier to maintain a set pace and overall consistency on a treadmill compared to outdoors. It's also a lot easier to run without bumping into people, but you can pretty much do these interval sessions anywhere you like. Right, let's get into it. So let's start by outlining what intervals actually are. So intervals are alternating periods of high and low intensity, designed at targeting a specific pace or energy system in order to improve fitness or to practice at a specific race pace. If you're training for an endurance event, there might also be some shorter recovery periods in there, which will include some light jogging, but this will usually be shorter than the harder efforts themselves. Adding variety into your training is key, as well as incorporating training at either side of your goal race pace. So if you're training for a 10K, then we would suggest incorporating some training at your 5K pace or faster, but equally on the other end of the scale, training at half marathon pace or slower. There's no strict rules for how to structure an interval session, but often you'll be looking at hard sets with short recoveries in between and then a longer recovery between sets. Here's one way to look at intervals. In some cases, you'll be going further or the same distance as your planned final race, but split up into chunks with recoveries. The shorter the recoveries are, the more likely it is that you'll be able to hit your goal pace in the distance you're working towards. Sometimes though, if you really want to work on speed or speed endurance, you might want to try taking longer recovery periods in order to hit your target pace. Equally, intervals don't just have to be alternating on and off. You could try out a more complex interval session where the efforts increase incrementally. This could involve increasing every minute with short recovery periods afterwards, or you could vary intensity and pace throughout the session as well. Now, I've gone through what intervals are. Let's hop on the treadmill and give it a go. There are lots of weekly events on Zwift that you can join in order to complete interval sessions. Today though, I'm going to be doing a 3-2-1 session, which as you can see by the graph is 2 sets of 3 reps, each one getting progressively faster of 3 minutes, 2 minutes, and then 1 minute. Luckily as well, there's lots of nice recovery time in between. Let's get going. So I'm all set up on Zwift. I've made sure that my zones are correct and that I'm running in the right paces. It's very important with intervals to remember to warm up and not dive straight into the half efforts, to make sure that you're giving yourself and your body enough time to warm up before you get into it. So whether you're doing a workout on Zwift, where they usually do give you a warm up, or even if you're doing a treadmill interval session off your own bat, or if you're doing it outside, make sure to prioritize the warm up in order to give yourself the maximum chance of hitting the intervals that you want to do. So I've set this workout to be at my current benchmark 5K pace, and it's helping to kind of keep that consistent and keep hitting that. What's nice about Zwift as well is that you could put in a faster 5K time and then it will give you those paces in order to hit that goal. Okay, 10 seconds to go. It says focus on keeping your leg speed high, body tall and chest open for these. Let's give it a go. What are we going up to? Up to 14. Oh, it's like doing the treadmill challenge. Okay, 3 minutes at 14 kilometers per hour. Wow, I already feel the difference. My leg speed is turning over so much quicker. I'm having to use my arms to keep myself going. I can feel myself wanting to pull myself up a little bit taller in order to hit this speed, but it feels okay. I can still talk, just, so I think we'll be all right. Heart rate has gone up, which is a good sign in the first effort. We are up to 176. The screen just says settle down now and let's get this done. Yes, let's get this done. Pain is temporary. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down we come. So the screen says focus on your breathing here and take a sip of fluid. I'm going to focus on my breathing. Whew. Oh, we're up to 14.5. Up we go. So this is 4 minutes and 8 seconds per kilometre. Feels disgusting. The sweat is dripping on my face. Okay, that's what an interval session is. If it's not hard, you're not doing it right. 3, 2, 1. So the recovery is your time. It doesn't have to be fast. It definitely shouldn't be fast. It's bringing your heart rate back down. If you need to walk, if you need to jog really slowly, that is totally okay. I was going at 4:08 per kilometre and my recovery is at 6:18. That's over 2 minutes slower per kilometre, but that's what you need in order to recover for the next hard effort. As you can probably tell by my breathing. Oh, and we're off again. Up to 15. Tempted to just press the button quite slowly so I don't have to do it. Okay, 45 seconds at 4 minutes per kilometre. Come on, that's what it says on the screen. Push yourself. Push yourself. Woo! 3 minutes, easy. Thank for that. So this rest and recovery between the 2 sets is much longer than the recoveries you get between reps. This is to really bring your heart rate back down, give you a chance for your legs to stop turning over so quickly, allow you to reset and be ready to go hard in the next set. I'm so glad there is still 1.5 minutes to go because this is tough. This is really tough. And you know, intervals aren't always enjoyable, but they get more enjoyable. Although, once it feels nice and enjoyable, probably means it's time to ramp up the speed a little bit. Sorry if I've just burst your interval bubble. I've got the interval fear. Now this one's only 2 sets. What you can find with intervals is that if you do 3 sets, in the middle set, you drop a little bit because you're kind of in no man's land, but keep the momentum going. And here we go again, 14. Whew. I've never hated a number more than the number 14. So we are just over 5k pace again for me. 4:17 per kilometre, coming up to, I've just kicked over 3.5k. That's the other funny thing about intervals, is that if I was running a 5k, I don't think I'd usually expect to feel this out of breath at 3.6, but intervals are brutal. They don't have to be long to be brutal. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh my God. Back down to 6:18. Heart rate is still at 191. Breathing definitely feels heavier, but I'm using this recovery to breathe nice and deeply. Suffering a bit with, you can't do this, Sarah. But I can. What do you tell yourself in an interval session to get you through the hard efforts? Let me know in the comments. I wish I could read them right now. Okay, 2 minutes at 14.5. Legs turning over, form check, think tall. Open up your chest, bring your knees up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And back down we go. Okay, 10 seconds left. Zwift says, let's crush this finale. Yeah, come on. 1 minute to show what you have got. 1 minute of effort now, and then you feel the pride at the end of an interval session. You also feel the sweat. 30 seconds, you can do it, push it. 5, 1.27 kilometers, 27 minutes, finishing up with a 3-minute cool down. Like with those recoveries, this is bringing your heart rate down gently. Even if at the end of an interval, you feel rubbish, you feel like you're about to throw up, keep yourself moving as much as you can, because that will be way better than just coming to an abrupt stop. So that was how to do intervals and a savage example of a 3-2-1 session on Zwift. If you are on the lookout for any other interval sessions, then there are tons that you can find online. Have a look on Zwift. Also have a look at the Running Channel website. We have 5K and marathon plans with lots of interval sessions on there. And let us know in the comments, what are your thoughts on intervals? Do you like them? Do you look like this after them? We would love to chat to you, and we will see you next time on the Running Channel. I've got 30 more seconds before I can lie down.